Previously on EMC Productions.
Here we go, let's do it.
So again, we're just lining up the first note, and then we're gonna check the rest of them. Yeah, look at those curves. Oh yeah. Okay, now we are going to start working on the video part of this. So here I am in Final Cut. I got all of the footage loaded and the audio. By the way, I just switched to Final Cut recently when I got my new laptop a couple weeks ago. I used Adobe Premiere for the longest time, probably like 5 or 6 years I've been using that program. And this process is pretty much exactly the same in both programs. So if you watch me do it in here, you could probably figure it out on any other program, because this is like pretty basic features, honestly. It's just crop and feather adjustments, so you'll see in a second, but I'm pretty sure that any basic freaking video editing program can make this happen. So, okay, first we're gonna mute that, because that's the audio that we did in GarageBand, which we're gonna get to that in a second. And now we're gonna do pretty much the exact same process that we did with the audio. We're gonna go from the end back towards the beginning and just find the video clips that we're gonna use. So starting back here, this is the bass drum solo. That's the bass 5 one we want. Oh wait, that's just the end of it. We want this whole thing. So Final Cut has this cool feature where if you move something in this timeline, it'll move the whole thing, so you don't gotta worry about reorganizing everything later. I know Premiere doesn't do that, so if you move this that way, this part will stay like over here, which takes a lot of time to readjust all that stuff, so that's pretty good that this has that. Saving time, saving money, saving lives. Okay, delete that. All this other stuff slides over. Very good. Great. Where's bass 1 at? Right there. Cut here, cut here. I remember when I was filming this, I almost forgot to film this bass drum solo. So I did like 2 separate videos by accident, so it's gonna be a little more work, but it's okay. We'll make it work. This was the bass drum part for the part before that, right? This has the ending on it. Boom. Yeah, okay. That's the very end. Alright, so I'm gonna probably fast forward through all this next part because it's not that exciting and you already see what I'm doing, but this takes some effort, just like figuring out where the audio is. I gotta figure out where all the videos are. Okay, so we made all the cuts. Think I got it all right. We'll figure it out as we go through it. Yeah, so now we're gonna once again layer them all on top of each other. So we're gonna start by organizing the audio. Alright, so this is all me talking. That's gonna go in the other part of the video, so let's take that out. And then this part is all the other stuff that I didn't finish yet. Okay, and then we got all of this stuff. Cut here, because that's the beginning, and then we'll move this all over. Something that confused the crap out of me with Final Cut at first, the way they organize their timeline. So like this one, the first like set of videos, because you can like layer them on top of each other this way, but the very first one, the one here, this is like the almighty and godly freaking timeline. So if I delete this video right here, it deletes anything that's on top or below it, like delete, and then it deletes all that audio. So I have to be super careful to pay attention to what I'm doing and make sure I don't delete stuff by accident, because when I was first doing this, like Premiere, it doesn't do that at all. It's like a totally different process. But if you're gonna use Final Cut, make sure you're being really careful with this layering, like if you delete something, because you're gonna be missing things and not know where the heck they went. Anyways, let's start. So we are going to line up the audio to this first thing. Actually, no, we're not. Yeah, okay. Gotta move that out of the way. Okay, so the tenor does the tap off, so I want him to be first. So press V to mute that. So let's add, we'll leave some room at the beginning and then I'll cut it out later. So now we want to do, this is exactly like what we did with the audio. We're going to look at the audio waves here. So we're going to zoom way in here and line up the very first thing. So So this is the first note of the audio, and that's the first note of the video. So we're gonna, what is it? I think it's this button. Yeah, comma moves it over. I think that's 0.1 seconds. I don't really know how it works. And the reason that I don't do the sound editing in Final Cut is because in GarageBand or Audacity, you can zoom way in to like a shorter time. Even though this is really short, it's like 0.01 seconds, but you can zoom in even shorter. It's because like you can see like this is not completely lined up perfect. And that's like even worse if you move it there. And you can be really nitpicky in GarageBand and get this exactly where you want it. So right now it's off by like probably like 0.001 or something, which that's not enough to notice if you're watching the video. We're just zoomed in so far that we can see it. So these should line up. The way we can test is if we just play both of them, and it should sound kind of okay. Yep, it sounds clean. So good. Got that one lined up, and then we just do that with the rest of them. Actually, hold on. What I like to do, I like to go downwards. You can like, yeah, so you can create a new like one of these video layers either below or above it, but once again, the one right here, the very first one that's in there, that's like godly almighty timeline. I don't really know the technical term for it. Video channel, video timeline, I don't know. Everything goes around this. Don't ever move that one when you set it. That is the most important one. Figure that one out first and then do everything around it. And I like to put it below it because then I can see if this lines up with the sound, because you can't drag the sound above here. It just goes right back down. So I like to put them below, and then a way you can like really easily see if they line up as you drag the little cursor guy here to the point that you lined up, and then just line it up as best. Yep, right there is probably the best. Oh wait, this is the one, okay. Remember when we edited the sound, I adjusted this one over because I was a little bit late on the first note. So let's line up this second note here. Actually, wait a minute. No, that's the tap off. Alright, it's a lot to think about. It takes a second to figure out. I would have probably noticed because it would have looked and sounded terrible. Alright, so this comes in here, and we're gonna line up the second note. Yeah, I think right there is good. And like, so this is dirty. Like, you can see that's like here, then this one's a little behind that, and this one's in front of both of them, but this is so like minor. This is milliseconds we're talking about that you won't even, I mean, you're not going to hear it because I'm going to mute these two as soon as I get them lined. I'm going to mute all of the video tracks and just leave this one, the audio track. That's what you're going to hear, is this one, not any of these. But we want to get them lined up as close as possible, and if they're not completely 1,000,000% perfect, you won't be able to tell. I guess like the way the human eye sees things and hears things, you can't see within a certain amount of frames if it's correct or not. It's like science and biology and stuff, but I only know that because I watch these videos and make them. Okay, now we're going to line this up to that note. Move it over one. Oh, nope, that's too far. All right, I think right there. Cool. Great, grand, perfect, amazing. The light turned off again. I hate these sensor lights. There we go. Okay, then we got this tenor part. We're gonna put that above here, but not move it over 1 minute and 51 seconds. Okay. Okay, that's to keep it organized for the split screen. We're gonna go top to bottom will be left to right, because we don't want like the middle guy and then the left guy and then the other, like that's gonna confuse the crap out of me. So got left up here, next to left, then next to right, and then the symbol all the way to the right will be at the bottom. Okay. Okay, then this is the one we're gonna line up the second note on. So that's the tap off. This is the start of it. Let me play it to make sure. Yep, that's definitely 2 tenors. Let's try moving it over. Yeah, I think that's pretty close. Yep, okay. That sounds fine. Remember, we're gonna mute most of these, so it's not gonna sound like that. It'll sound a little bit better. Why is this taking so long to get? Okay, there we go. We're all the way out. And let's move these all the way back, and let's line these up with the end of here. And then we just got the cymbal part. Okay, that's insanely loud, but remember, we're muting all these, so okay. Let's get this out of here and this out of here. Good, and then we're gonna mute. Just drag that down to 0 on all of them. Now we're gonna do the cool part, where you make a bunch of me playing. We are going to crop this stuff. In Premiere, if you're using that, you have to go into the effects and select crop. In Final Cut, there's already a crop feature in here, but this is not the crop we want. We want the crop with feather. So we go to the effects tab. That's not the effects tab. And then we search it down here, search for crop. That's not how you spell crop. Okay, yep, we want crop and feather. So double click it, and it goes in, yeah. So this is different than this. This is crop and feather. We want crop and feather. I found the easiest way to do this is to mute the video. I think we delete the, yeah, so we delete the width, we bring it down, and then we move over. This is like slightly different in Premiere. I think in Premiere you get the option to take off from one side to the other. In this one you just delete some of like the sides and then move it over. So, I mean, it's not that much of a difference, but okay. And then we need to make it a little bit less because we want to not see the tenor right here. That's what we want to get out of there. So right, that's a little bigger, and then we can move it over. Okay, that should be good. And then we're gonna use the feather here. So what this does, you can see it's like kind of shading in the corners. And if you don't do that, then more times than not, you'll see a line in between each of the videos because the lighting might have changed slightly. So you want to use feather to delete as much of the line as you can. Usually just like this much will get it all out of there. So that should be good. Let's put this next one in, and then it'll be 2 of me. Yep, there I am. So now what we're going to do, we are going to just copy the effects from this. So Command copy, and then Command Option paste, and that just copies the effects only from one video to the other. In Premiere, you can also, I think you gotta like go in and you like click up here and then copy the effect and then paste in a new video. It's very, very similar, not that hard to figure out. Okay, so we copied exactly what this video did, so it's cropping out over here, so it's cropping out what I want to see. So we're gonna go up here to this one, position X. We're gonna move it to the right. And then look, there's the other me. And we gotta make it a little bigger because tenors are wide. So make it out there. And actually, yeah, we can go even bigger because remember, since this is down below this one, that means this is layered on top. So no matter what you do with this video of the tenor player, the snare drummer will always be above it. So if we open up the width, then that goes behind, like you can see. So now we got all that. This part right to the left, that goes behind the other video, so it doesn't matter that much. Copy the effects, Command copy, Command Option paste. Then we got that, and we just move this over again to get the other tenor player in there. And then we'll just go right to the edge of the drums. Very good. And then we just got the cymbal player. We don't need to put any effects on that because this is the very bottom video. So that's it. That's how you make the drum line. This is just 4 people. I've done it with, I think the biggest one I've done is 16 people. There is another way to do this. If you have a green screen, it's actually a lot easier to figure out. You use the you just key out the color in the background. I mean, it's a pain in the butt learning how to light a green screen the right way. But if you do that way, then you just have to record one snare drummer and one tenor player, and then you can like copy them as many times as you want. It's not really as authentic as doing multiple times because this is like actually me doing it over and over, which is a legit drum line just layered on top of itself. But that's how I did that Trump vs. Hillary drum battle, was with a green screen. And the reason I don't use a green screen is because I don't have anywhere to set it up. I do have somewhere to set it up. I don't have anywhere to play drums while doing it because they're really loud and it'll piss everyone off in the apartment if I do that. I just do it this way, and I'm assuming most of you probably don't have a green screen or know how to use one, so maybe when I do set up a green screen, I'll show you how to do it that way. For now, we're just doing it here, and so let's So the problem with this is these are all 4K videos. It's pretty high quality and they're all layered on top of each other. So in the editing software, probably won't be able to handle these all perfectly when there's that many layers. It can usually do like 2, maybe 3, but when you get like 4 or more, it starts to like affect the playback. So let's see how it does here. This is all of them together. Yeah, see, it's like it's really skippy. And I think also something affecting it is I'm screen recording, because or else you wouldn't be able to see what I'm doing. I mean, I know this is going to be fine because I know how to line up all the sounds, but if you really want to see if it works, you can just mute 2 of them, and then usually it does 2 videos pretty good. So those 2 guys are pretty together. Let's check these 2 guys. That's pretty good. Now let's check these 2 guys. Is the cymbal player correct? Hold on. I think the cymbal is coming late. So hold on. Let's like adjust that and let's just move it over like 2 to the left. Okay, yeah, that looks a lot better. Yeah, cool. So you do want to do this in playback. You want to watch and listen and just find as minuscule mistakes as possible. Honestly, probably no one would have noticed that if I just left it, but I noticed it, and that's enough. So I want it to be as perfect as possible, and so should you, if anyone actually attempts to do this. If you do attempt to do this, make sure you tag me in it, because I'd love to see it. I don't think anyone else has ever tried this, at least to the extent that I do. So if you do clone yourself into a drumline from watching this video, please let me know. I'd love to see it. So like I said, I wanted to do this in the style of the hardest ballad of 2019, where I did 2 separate layered videos. I got the snare, tenors, and cymbal line in one, and then I'll have the bass drums above that. These guys will be like, it's kind of squished down a little, and then the bass drummers will be above them, and then we'll have the sheet music at the very bottom. I think I can make that happen. So now we're gonna find the bass drum parts for that. Okay, so the problem I always have with, it seems like every camera stand I ever get, the bottom bass drum here, it shakes the crap out of the camera. So just watch like this, the split's like right around here somewhere. It's like really obvious when bass 4 is playing. Let's take out bass 1 and 2. Yeah, it's like so shaky. Okay, so what we're gonna do I mean, you can't really make it perfect, but we can try to fix it. We can add some more feather in from the number 3. And honestly, the feather, I can probably do maximum feather. As long as it doesn't go past where the mallet is, like, it can get some of the drum in there. Because I don't ever play past, like, right there. Let's see how this looks. Alright, yeah, that looks better. It's not going to be perfect. Actually, it's kind of funny that happens. So, these need to go up and over here. Why can't I put this in here? Oh, I can put it in there. That's what she said. Alright, we're putting it in, getting it all in there. Get everything in. All of these guys are going to go down. So let's delete these for a second. Transform point Y. You're going to go down there. And I think it's okay if I chop my feet off a little bit. And then we're also going to cut off the top with the regular crop one. Where did it go? There it is. Okay, top is going to go down to right above my head. And let me just see if this works. Let me find, I think it was the very last bass drum. Okay, he's going to need to go up. Right, yep, that should be fine. Okay, then I just gotta remember these numbers. I think I can copy paste them. What just happened? Okay, whatever just happened, we don't. Alright, I'll just remember it. Negative 134.9. We're gonna type that in 3 times. Here. Negative 1. I already forget it. Negative 134.9. Enter. Wonderful. And then we'll add the music to the bottom. The way we do that, so first I like to put a solid color. So that is here, right? 360-degree color solid. It's gonna go above this, stretch it out, and we're gonna make it not blue. We're gonna make it white. Oh yeah, let's right here. Okay, white. What I want, white. Good. That white looks very white. And then we're not going to let it cover up the whole video. We are going to move it down. How do I do that? This? Yeah. Oh wait, I think I can. What was it? T is transform, or the command T. Oh my goodness, I don't remember how to do this crap. Or was it Control T? Oh, definitely not that. Shift T. That's it. Shift T. Alright, yeah, there we go. Okay, then we can just drag it to where we want. Alright, so we're going to have it so that we can see the bottom of the tenors, and that, yeah, that's going to be good. That's enough space for the sheet music. Cool. Like, you see, my spacing wasn't really that good in this video. The cymbal player was, like, kind of far away. It's like, when you're on cymbals, it's sort of hard to tell where I'm supposed to go, because, oh my god! When I'm playing cymbals, it's hard to tell where I'm supposed to be, because I can't really set it up ahead of time. Like that, I could put the drums on the stands and then figure out where they should go from there. But the cymbals, I just kind of guessed, and I was too far away. But it's okay. I don't think anyone's gonna really care. This is like not in the center. We want this centered. Actually, let's just make it bigger so you can't tell. All right, so I think that's a pretty clean look. Why does this keep disappearing? I don't understand. Okay, so yeah, the sheet music is gonna go into the white. If it stays there, why? And then I'm just gonna keep doing this with all the scenes throughout the video and then push them together so that it's one continuous thing. But that's the gist of how I do these videos. That's how I get it done. It takes a whole lot of time, but I want it to be perfect and clean so that it's good looking and will be remembered forever. And, oh yeah, I just remembered one more thing we gotta do here. We're gonna add another color solid. This is to make the dividing line between the top video and the bottom to make it a little cleaner. Crop it. Yep, like that. A little more, yeah. And then move it up. Right into the middle, divide them up. Yep. Cool. I don't know why this one keeps disappearing. It's really annoying. Maybe I hit some effect by accident that's gonna screw everything up. That seems to happen a lot, so be wary of accidentally clicking things. Okay, wonderful. I like the way that looks. Look, the snares and tenors are a little bigger than the bass drums, but I think that's fine. I still like the way that this picture is, so I'm happy with it. I hope you're happy with it. Cool. Let's fast forward in time. Here's a video of the final product. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you honk that subscribe button and ring that Liberty Bell, and also consider sliding into a custom t-shirt, such as this one, or this one, or this one. The link is in the description. And have a good morning.